The distress beacon screamed across the void for 3 standard cycles before anyone answered. When the Zephyrian Council finally detected the weak transmission from the mining colony on Kepler 442b, they expected pirates or equipment failure. They never expected what emerged from hyperspace would shake the very foundations of galactic civilization. Commander Vextar of the Galactic Rescue Fleet received the assignment with typical bureaucratic indifference. Another routine rescue mission to a backwater human settlement. The humans were relatively new to the galactic community, having achieved faster-than-light travel only 2 centuries ago. Most species considered them amusing but harmless, bipedal mammals with curious social structures and an inexplicable fondness for caffeine-based beverages. Their colonies scattered across the outer rim were usually mining operations or agricultural outposts, hardly worth the attention of advanced civilizations that had been exploring space for millennia. The distress signal itself was unremarkable. Standard emergency protocols, basic coordinates, and a simple message, colony under attack. Requesting immediate assistance. Situation critical. Vextar's 8-ship flotilla jumped to hyperspace expecting to find the usual scenario, raiders picking on defenseless settlers, easily scared off by military presence. Another day, another human colony in trouble, he muttered to his navigation officer, his tentacles adjusting the comm controls with practiced ease. When they dropped out of hyperspace at Kepler 442b, the scene before them defied all expectations. The planet's surface glowed with the aftermath of orbital bombardment, but that wasn't what made Vextar's blood run cold. Surrounding the planet were the twisted remains of a Krillian battle fleet, one of the most feared military forces in the galaxy. 50 massive warships, each capable of reducing planets to rubble, floated dead in space like broken toys. Their hulls were torn open as if something had reached inside and crushed them from within. By the ancient stars, what could do this to a Krillian fleet? Whispered his tactical officer, her voice trembling through the universal translator. The Krillians were apex predators of space, their ships armed with planet-killer weapons and shielded by technology that had conquered 100 worlds. Yet here they lay, destroyed so completely that their distress beacons were still broadcasting automated surrender protocols. As Vextar's ships approached the planet's surface, they detected life signs in the human colony's central dome. A figure emerged from the settlement, a single human male, walking calmly across the scorched landing pad. He wore simple mining clothes and carried what appeared to be a standard-issue plasma rifle. When the human's voice crackled through their communications array, every alien aboard the rescue ships felt their souls freeze. "Thanks for coming, folks. Sorry about the mess." The human gestured casually toward the devastated Krillian fleet. "They showed up yesterday demanding we surrender our mining rights. When we refused, they decided to make an example of us." He paused, scratching his head with disturbing nonchalance. That was their first mistake. Their second mistake was underestimating what humans do when someone threatens our families. The rescue team's scans revealed impossible readings. The human colony, which should have been obliterated by the first salvo from the Krillian ships, showed minimal damage. Meanwhile, the Krillian vessels displayed evidence of weapons impacts from technology that didn't exist in any galactic database. Energy signatures suggested projectiles moving at near-light speed, launched from what appeared to be hastily constructed rail guns using mining equipment. "You see," the human continued, his voice carrying across the comm with terrifying calm, "the Krillians made a fatal assumption. They thought we were just another primitive species they could bully." His next words would become legendary across the galaxy. "They forgot that humans don't just mine asteroids for resources. We've been weaponizing rocks since we lived in caves." The investigation that followed revealed the horrifying truth. The human miners had converted their industrial equipment into weapons of mass destruction in less than 6 hours. Magnetic accelerators designed to launch or containers became kinetic bombardment systems. Fusion reactors meant for processing became directed energy weapons. Most terrifying of all, they had done it with the casual efficiency of beings who had spent their entire evolutionary history turning tools into weapons. "We didn't want this fight," the human miner explained as he led them through the colony. "We sent the distress call hoping someone would mediate before things got ugly. But when they started targeting our children's school..." His expression hardened in a way that made seasoned warriors step back. "Well, that's when they stopped being an invading force and became target practice." The aftermath report spread through the galaxy like wildfire. A species that barely registered on most threat assessments had single-handedly destroyed the Krillian Empire's most feared battle group. The humans hadn't used superior technology or overwhelming numbers. They had simply applied the fundamental principle that had carried them from cave-dwelling primitives to spacefaring civilization: adapt, improvise, and overcome. Within weeks, the Galactic Council issued Emergency Protocol Omega-7, the first such designation in over 1,000 years. The human colonies were granted immediate protectorate status, not for their protection, but for everyone else's. As one council member whispered during the closed session, "We're not protecting them from the galaxy. We're protecting the galaxy from them." The distress signal had indeed been answered, but not in the way anyone expected. The humans had called for help, and when none came in time, they had helped themselves. The message was clear to every species monitoring galactic communications: humanity had arrived on the cosmic stage, and they brought with them the most terrifying weapon of all, the absolute refusal to be conquered.